You are listening to Spilled, a poetry collection by Anthony Barrett Parr, a Red Root Press production, read by the author, Anthony Barrett Parr. The summer of 1990. Deep in Louisiana heat, 1990, when air clung like a lover who wouldn't let go, she whispered from the porch swing, "I can't keep pretending, can you?" Cicadas filled the silence between us like static. My fingers curled around warm beard, too proud or too scared to reach for her hand. We'd been dragging ourselves through the motions for months. Love dried up somewhere between spring and July's suffocating embrace. Outside Ponchatoula at a gas station where a light looked dusty and bugs never stopped their hymn, I met her, Rachel, barefoot from the river, dark curls swatting at heat, like she was mad at the world. "You look like you're melting," she said, and laughed, like music I'd forgotten. Her eyes held weight. I recognized two people hurting in the same direction, finding comfort in silence. One night, no fireworks, no promises, just a fan clattering in the window, sheets that smelled like sun-bleached detergent, soda bottle standing guard on the nightstand, her body against mine. A question I couldn't answer, gentle and desperate, all at once. "Don't make this more than it is," she whispered at dawn, but it already was. I slipped out while she slept, her face peaceful, one hand tucked beneath her cheek, like a child's. Years folded into themselves, babies, bills, funerals, the slow erosion of things once thought permanent. Life passed the way it does in southern towns, slow, steady, then suddenly gone. My marriage ended quietly, not with thunder, but with the soft recognition that we'd grown into strangers, wearing each other's names. In my 50s, alone, in a house where the ceiling fan hummed too loud, I learned what happened to Rachel. She got pregnant, a friend said casually, over barbecue smoke. Left the state, had the procedure, never was the same after. But I already knew, somewhere inside, I had always known. She lives here now, not haunting, but presence, a warmth that settled in after my divorce when silence became too complete. She moves things, plays with lights, laughs softly in the night. Not cruel, not mournful, just present. I catch glimpses, blonde hair like hay in sunlight, always running through tall grass, always just out of reach. My daughter asks during Christmas, "Who's the other girl, Dad?" "The one who plays with Emma's blocks." I nod, understanding what I cannot explain. Sometimes I wonder what her laugh would have sounded like at 8, if she would have loved fireflies or feared the dark, if she would have drawn dogs or homework like her sister, or been more careful with her pencils. Would she have inherited Rachel's easy smile or my stubborn streak? Who might she have become if I'd left my number that morning? She visits in my dreams, stands in the hallway's end, like she's waiting for me to say her name. I don't know it, never will, but I whisper I'm sorry anyway. I love you anyway. This daughter who never drew breath but lives in the spaces between what was and what might have been. I see you, I tell the empty air. You matter, you're real. Sometimes I swear a small hand squeezes mine before letting go. I live with her now, in this small house with creaky floors, and my granddaughter's chalk drawings fading on the cracked driveway. Her spirit weaves through the everyday, morning light across the kitchen table, sudden stillness when I'm reading, the feelings of being watched, with love, not judgment. She is my unfinished sentence, my held breath, my quiet grief transformed into something gentler, something that feels almost like grace. In evenings when the fan hums its familiar tune and shadows grow long, I catch myself humming too, soft lullabies I never got to sing, bedtime stories that end with "I love you" whispered into the warm, listening air. Some love doesn't need flesh and bone to be real. Some connection transcend what we think we understand about beginnings and endings. I will carry her always, this child who taught me that love lives in the spaces between heartbeats, in the silence after the last word is spoken, in the house where ghosts are just another name for family. Thank you for listening to Spilled, a poetry collection by Anthony Barrett Parr. Visit abpar.com for more work and follow @abpar on all social media. Until next time.